Good evening, this is Philip, Fieldy Music, and today we're doing a, a tier ranking of the discography of Chance the Rapper. Pretty small discography, but one I've been, you know, hearing about for a long while, but I've never taken the dive. Sorry, I'm a little tired today. So, anyway, this should be pretty quick. So, let's start off with his debut mixtape, 10 Day, 2012. Um, I was reading about, well, it's right here. It says following a 10-day suspension in 2011 for possessing marijuana on his high school campus, he recorded his first full-length project called 10 Day. Because I guess he got 10 days of suspension. Yep. Okay. Has guest appearances from Vic Mensa, Sulaiman, and Nico Segal, which I believe I know that name. Yeah, Donnie Trumpet, because he does a collaborative mixtape with him later, I believe. So yeah, I think that's about it on that. So I have my little notes I wrote down. Um, so I did take note that he had like a lot of you could hear the Kanye and the Eminem influence on this album or his mixtape. I mean, it's pretty impressive for like an 18-year-old, I believe. That was his age. I believe I read that somewhere that he was 18 when he did his first mixtape. But anyway, it's pretty impressive for a high schooler. Um, I would even say I think it's really good. So Uh, the discography starts off in a good way. I wrote down that my favorite songs were 14,400 Minutes, Long Time, Missing You, and my least favorite was You Got Me Fucked Up. Um, Also, he does this on a couple of his albums. I think the first two specifically, but I wrote notes saying that the thank you track, where it's like a whole song for saying thank you, could probably be in the liner notes because it just got old. So he does that here too. So really dock it for that. So I'm gonna put it in the B category though. That was pretty good, very good actually. Next we have Acid Rap. Let's go to Acid Rap. So 2013. Um, Says about a bunch of producers. See if anybody stands out. Odd Future member Brandon Shea. Features artists such as BJ the Chicago Kid, Lily K, No Such Thing, uh, let's say Money member Vic Mensa, Twista, No Name, Saba, Childish Gambino, Action Bronson, and Ab Soul. This one he was on, yeah, he was on LSD during it, but he said that 30% of it was acid, the rest of it was just him, him. So I mean, that's still pretty good amount. So I will say heavily influenced this album. So yeah, so yeah, it's cause I know one of the tags, yeah, psychedelic rap. So it's heavily influenced. I feel 30% is a lot. Um, and like I said, already I alluded to a while ago. It also has a thank you track, so it's kind of annoying. Um, I mean, I don't want to be like that because that's nice that he's saying thank you to people, but still, it just, like I said, lighter is probably better placed. I mean, think I can think of like one thank you track that I kind of like when I've heard it in the past. And that was like a Limp Bizkit went off their significant other album. All right, so uh, yeah, it's super cringe lyrics on this one that was annoying me, and there's a lot of repetition in it. Um, that was my only gripes with it, but it happened enough times where I just kept on knocking it to where I'm gonna put it. Ah, yeah, I wrote down my score already, so I put it down in the F category. It just had too much in it, though. Or I was making faces. I was like, "Ooh, did he just really say that?" And well, I was formerly an Eminem fan. I mean, well, not formerly. I still like a lot of his music. I just haven't liked anything recent in a while. Uh, So next we have a collaborative mixtape, I believe. Collaborative album, sorry, with Donnie Trumpet and Social Experiment, which he goes by Nico Segal now, I guess. Um, but he is a trumpet player. And it names off all the Social Experiment members. Didn't say the tags a while ago. So this one's hip hop, neo soul, and R&B. I believe the first one was just hip hop. There's not much to say about this one. It went in one ear and out the other. Nothing really stood with me. It was kind of bland. Um, is better stuff in his discography. It's not the worst thing though. Favorite songs were Nothing Came to Me and Want to Be Cool, and least favorite was Warm Enough. Yeah, I'm probably pretty done talking about that one. There's nothing really to it to me, so it's an F category as well. Let me go back to the acid rap. I didn't say all the tags, even though I was right at it. Hip hop, jazz rap, acid jazz, and psychedelic rap. So now it won't keep popping in my head that I missed something. Alright, so next we have, oh, and I didn't say this a while ago. I'm not doing these two Christmas ones with Jeremiah. But I am going to do this one with Little B. Free bass freestyles mixtape. This is utter trash. This is nothing to this one at all. Yeah, hip hop is a tag. So, or the genre for it. It's like nothing on here. Opening track with Last Dance with No Name. Terrible. I didn't like it. My least favorite was Do My Dance, so I'll say that. But it was like freestyle rapping throughout, but it's like they had nothing to say. And when it looked like they were about to say something, it came across so awkward. But they kept rambling and failing anyway. So it's the last place F. So if this continued with it, I may have just done a solo album review of 10 Day and just let it be. But it does get a little better. So let's just go to his at this point last mixtape, Coloring Book, 10 years ago, 2016. Produced by Social Experiment, Lido, and Kaytranada, among others. Collaborated with Kanye, Young Thug, Francis and the Lights, Bieber, 2 Chainz, Kirk Franklin, and Chicago Children's Choir. Yeah, gospel, rebel, Christian hip hop is what the genre is. Hello, Zario. My son doesn't want to go to bed. But yeah, it has a big gospel influence and hip hop influence throughout the album. Or I wouldn't even say influence, it is gospel and hip hop throughout. But it's star studded with all these people I named off a while ago. And it's well done overall. Um, so I like this one quite a bit. In fact, I'll say it is my favorite one. I'm gonna put it for the 10 Day, but it's not high enough for A. So we might as well just get rid of that top row because it is not gonna be used. All right. You know what? I can go ahead and get rid of D too. We're not using that one either. All right. Next one. First official studio album, The Big Day. A lot of infamy on this one. A lot of hate. Yeah, it has it's produced by Carter Lang, Francis Starlight of Francis and the Lights, Lido, and Chance's group, The Social Experiment, alongside a bunch of other people. Oh, Justin Vernon of Bon Iver, Timbaland, more. Lots of guests on it. Francis and the Lights again. John Legend, Death Cab for Cutie, Smino, Maiden TYO, DaBaby, En Vogue, Ari Lennox, Kiara Shiard, Taylor Bennett, I missed Knox Fortune, Coco Rosie, Megan Thee Stallion, Gucci Mane, Shawn Mendes, Randy Newman, Cowboy, Lil Durk, Nicki Minaj, SWV. Yeah, that's a lot of people. Yeah, so hip hop, pop rap, gospel rap, Christian hip hop, trap. Um, this thing is long. Well, I say that it's what 77 minutes, so a little over an hour. Let me rephrase it. It's not super long. It's got a lot of tracks, so it's 22 on this thing, and a majority of them are not good. Favorites were "Do You Remember," "The Big Day," the title track "Let's Go on the Run," and my least favorite was "Slide Around." But it was rough to get through, to be honest. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be like that because I've been hearing so much bad stuff about it, and I was like, well, but sometimes people say stuff like that, but it's not true. But this time it was true. But I did find some good among the bad in it, so I'm still gonna put it in the F category. Let me see where I'm gonna put it in between though. Yeah, I gotta put it next to Free, even though Free is way worse than that. And then finally, we had the album that came out last year, Starline. His second studio album. Guest appearances by Baby Chief Do It, BJ the Chicago Kid, Do or Die, Jamila Woods, Jay Electronica, Jasmine Sullivan, Lil Wayne, Lion Babe, Smino, Tia Corinne, um, Vic Mensa, Young Thug, and Joey Badass. Genre hip hop. Yeah, so this is after his Big Day album from 2019. This is after his marriage failing, I believe. I was reading, and yeah, it's better than the Big Day. I'll say that right off. I don't know. Probably went back to bed. Um, it was okay. Some same problems as a lot of the other stuff I've already talked about. But I can see that he's trying to improve, and there was some improvements with it. So I actually thought it was good. It wasn't one of my made it to my favorite albums of the year playlist or anything like that, but I still can acknowledge the good in it. So I'll put it in C. So that's it. So in the comments below, let me know where you would rank these albums, what you thought of my rankings. Um, like and subscribe if you're not already, and share it and help me get my subscriptions up because I do need the help from you. And hit the bell, and we'll see you tomorrow for another song of the day and continue our musical discovery. Have a good day. Bye bye.